Hello and welcome back to the Brain BS podcast. I'm doing day 3 and 4 together because I didn't have any Wi Fi on day 3, so I had no way to get a hold of you people. But I did have a lot of Brain BS come up without the Wi Fi, I can tell you that. So I left Memphis, and when I left in the morning, I had the staff at the hotel clean my windshield with the bugs and stuff, so that was nice. Had that taken care of, and I did learn my lesson from the day before, and I actually went and got gas right when I was leaving. Didn't wonder where the other places were. I just got it so I didn't have to worry about it. Got on the highway and I headed out. And I headed to Edgemont, Arkansas, where my sister lives. And it's in the middle of the Ozark Mountains. And it's all these country roads, beautiful foliage. It was just gorgeous. And it's still beautiful. So there's still plenty of color. Went through all these country roads, was on a dirt road and a gravel road, this up and winding road, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, it was so much more remote than I realized, and it was on a beautiful lake. She's got a beautiful home there. There's it's kind of like a compound. There's a house for her and her husband. There's a house for their 5 boys when they come to visit. There's another house. There's a trailer. There's a studio. So it's like a really beautiful remote setting. And I really enjoyed it. And she had 2 big dogs that were kind of scary for Ginger and Basil. So that was kind of like a little brain BS when we arrived. So we had to kind of figure out how to keep them away from Ginger and Basil. And Ginger and Basil were pretty good on the drive. I had to get out multiple times though because I was afraid they had to go to the bathroom. They had to do whatever because they were crying and stuff. But they just, I think they just weren't into being in the crate again that much since they just been in it the day before. So we had a nice evening there. We had a nice visit. There's just this like crazy dog there who was obsessed with Ginger and Basil, and he just wouldn't leave them alone. So it kind of was stressful dealing with that dog. And then the dog ended up being out all night and it was at our door and it was barking and crying. So it was like 3:30 in the morning and he was still out there. So I was stressed out and sleep deprived. The dogs were kind of freaked out. And we just decided the next day that we were going to head to Fayetteville a day early. There's also like no Wi-Fi, so I couldn't talk to my husband. It was like kind of scary because I was in the middle of nowhere and I'm not used to being in that kind of environment, and then not having access to communication with anyone because the Wi-Fi didn't work and I had no signal. And it was, yeah, so it was a little, there was some brain BS for sure that came up around that. And then yesterday we decided, my sister came with me and we came to Fayetteville. And it rained the whole way, but the drive wasn't too bad. So I wasn't too nervous with the drive coming here because it's not a major big city. And we had a great time with my nephew and his wife last night. We went out to dinner and stayed up a little bit too late and drank a little bit too much wine. But it was worth it because it was a blast. And today I am going to leave where I'm at and I'm going to another hotel in Fayetteville that's in the city, and it's a college football weekend. Arkansas is playing a home game. So I'm really looking forward to being in a college town. I love smaller college towns. I love that feel. And we'll be in the center of everything. We got into a great hotel that has a great lobby and a bar there with sports on the TV and stuff. And Buckeyes are playing tomorrow evening. So that should be fun because I love watching my Buckeyes, and Arkansas is playing before them. So there's a chance that I might actually get to see the game with it being an evening game. And that's about it. I don't have too much. I'm kind of looking forward. We're going to be in Fayetteville until Sunday. So this is our longest stretch that we'll go on this trip without driving. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. We're going to walk today and enjoy the leaves and walk around downtown in the town square and see what the town's all about. And I'm doing a group call with the collaborative coaching capital community later today, so it'll be nice to connect with all of them and see how they're all doing. And that's about it. I don't really have too much to report right now. The I'm at this hotel and it's checkout day though, and they've already knocked on my door at 7 a.m. even though checkout's not until noon, and there's a sign on my door, not to disturb. They called me at 7:30, and then somebody from the housekeeping just walked in my room without knocking, and thought I was gone. So little BS about that, and a little annoyance with the staff, but actually it's been they're very nice people here. And Ginger and Basil are making friends everywhere we go. People love them. These two are totally chill. I'm not kidding you. And then yesterday in the car, and partially this was because it was raining, because they're really good when it's rainy outside. They get very, very lethargic and very laid back. They didn't make a peep almost the entire drive here, which was like 3.5 hours. They were so good. And they were in the lobby yesterday. They are just like, they're saying hi to everybody. They're not barking. They're just amazing. I've never been so surprised. Well, I don't know about never, but I haven't been so surprised by how they're doing on this trip in a very long time. Boy, did I underestimate them, and myself for that matter. We're doing great. We are reclaiming our independence and our ability to navigate this nation together. And we have lots of exciting adventures ahead, and looking forward to seeing my nephew, another nephew, this weekend. So it's kind of nice to have this little family time with the Arkansas clan. And then I'll be heading to Oklahoma City after that on Sunday, and then meeting up with my new friend Phoebe, who I've met online outside of Amarillo. So everything's going good. Sunny skies, other than yesterday with the rain. There is no rain predicted in my entire trip, which is kind of crazy. And the weather has been amazing. 60s and sunny here this entire weekend in Fayetteville. So I'm a happy camper. That's pretty much all I have for you today. I hope you guys are all doing well. I do start to feel a little disconnected getting out of my routine, but I'm just kind of going with it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm staying present in this process and dealing with the brain BS and the stress and all the different things that come up in the different moments. There may be, this is just my brain doing this, it's not even real, is trying to make me worried about driving to this new hotel, which is totally silly because it's 17 minutes away. And if I can drive in downtown Chicago, I can drive in downtown Fayetteville. But I just bring this up because this is what my brain does. Doesn't matter. Always likes to look at the worst case scenario when it comes to traffic. And again, thank you, Dad, for that. I definitely learned that from him. So anyway, have a great weekend. I will check in here either later, do another podcast episode, probably like tomorrow or the next day. And that's it. See you next episode.